Welcome back to
Hi.
Two Kims, One Pod. I am your host, Unji Kim, and
Hi, I'm Peter Kim, your other host.
welcome back. Thank you so much for, coming back to listen to us and for whatever reason. And we thank you for your continued support.
Thank you so much.
Yes, truly. I wanted to, so first of all, do you remember coming back from Italy and like your first set back?
My first set back from Italy. Yes. It was rough.
It was rough. Okay, so I just did my first show back on Saturday. Last Saturday. Before that, it's probably been, because I didn't do anything the 2.5 weeks so it was like, it had almost been 5 weeks since I had been on stage and done comedy. Okay, big break for me. Yeah. I just like, it was the first show was at Laugh Factory, Saturday night, hot crowd, things are good.
Mm-hmm.
The set went well, but at a certain point, Peter, like inside of the set, there was this moment where I'm like, is this stupid? Like, what I'm
joke you were
doing.
doing?
No, just like all of it. Like
The
me
fact
being,
that you're doing comedy?
yeah. I was just like, this is like.
The short answer is yes.
Yeah. Like, I literally was like,
And?
is this embarrassing? Like, this is so stupid. And
That you waited 5 weeks and now you're coming up and doing 15 minutes at Laugh Factory?
Laugh Factory.
What do you mean? Like,
It was just like, it just
because
felt
you had
so,
not done it for so long, you were questioning why you were even up there?
No, I mean, like, the set was going well. It's just, it was just like, what is the point of this? Like, I had like an existential crisis, like mid-set. I was just like, is this worthwhile?
Yeah.
Am I doing anything for society right now? Like, is anything helping? Like, because
No, and no.
like, it was such like
we persist.
like, yes. Like, and it was because like it not only was it my first set back, and again, I didn't go bad. Like, it went well. But I still was just like this. I was having an existential sort of crisis. And then after that show, I had to go to Lodge. And then I came back for the 9 o'clock at the Laugh Factory and then went back to the Lodge. So I did 4 shows.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so like pinging back and forth all over the city. And I'm telling you, like, I did well every single show. New material, like all this stuff. I was cooking, and then still at the end of every set, I was like, "Is this stupid? Like,
Yeah.
am I? Is this because the thing is like one of the great things about travel is like perspective, right? Like like you gain so much like about other cultures and stuff, but also I so I was doing some stuff about being in Korea, and at the second show, one of my friends was talking about safety in England. She had gotten back from England and was like talking about how some people she was staying with were warning her about the dangers of England, about how there's a lot of like knife crime. And she was kind of like, and like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of like, you can move out of the way, like this is, you know what I mean? Like Americans' idea of like safety is like, if it's not a gun, how dangerous can it be?
Yeah.
Like,
because I have a gun.
Yeah. Like, it's like literally like, it's one of those things where we're like, yeah, like it's rock, scissors, paper. And then it's like, who cares? I have a gun. You know what I mean? Like, none of these things matter. So she was talking about it. And that's when I was remembering how when we were in tour, like my mom was obsessed with like us not being safe. She made my cousin follow us all over because she was like, this is a big city. You don't know anything about life in a big city.
What? Is Seoul bigger than Chicago?
Yeah, like 3 times.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Like
Oh,
not
wow.
Like in like actual land, whatever, it's the same, but there's like 3 times the number of people.
Okay.
I mean, it's a major metropolitan. It's an international city, right?
Sure.
And like in a way that makes like Chicago feel almost backwater, you know, because
Quaint.
quaint,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, you know, it's a dangerous place, blah blah blah. And I was kind of like poo-pooing it, and my aunt said the same thing that the English woman said, which is like, but they'll slice you, you know, they'll like cut you with a knife. And I had the same sort of reaction. And it's like, you know, this is the sort of things about perspective that make you wonder, like, so I told my mom in this moment, I'm like, you know, we live in Chicago, a place where people are murdered regularly and no one cares. You know what I mean? Like in Korea, there was like a Russian man robbing people on the train, and then there was like a nationwide hunt. There was a CCTV like breakdown, and they like, caught him before he left the country, and it was because he stole a couple of dollars from a few people. You know, I'm like, what are you?
The crimes are just different.
The crimes are just different. You know what I mean? Like, so like people with most people, something is stolen from them on the L, you wouldn't even report it to the police, you know? And so I told my mom inside of this moment, I'm like, your son, your grandson, my son, right? As a preschool, as a kindergartner, like not even like regular, like pre-K kid, they would be taken on an adventure walk during the day. And on one of these adventure walks in Edgewater, like uptown, they were going to they were walking to a park, and a homeless guy at the park woke up, saw these children, and didn't like it. So he started running after them, and like took off his shirt. And you know the PD Pablo song, like where you spin it around your head like a helicopter? That's what he was doing towards them with that. God. And he ran after them, and like all the children like screamed and like had to like had to run away. And the email that we got about it, the teacher described it as a colorful urban event.
Oh, we love Chicago liberals.
And I was just like, and I asked, and I was like, he's lived through that. And I was like, and I pointed to Saul, I was like, do you remember that? And he looked up and he was like, yes, that happened. And I was like, he's not scared of anything that's so, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no people on drugs here.
Yeah. There's no P.D. Pablo helicopter waving.
He was like attacking them. By the way, the park they were walking to, the park they were in was the Peace Park. Like all of it was just like, you know, like the kind of perspective that like going to a different country or like it being in a different culture gives you. It's like levels like that where me being on stage and like seeing this and being like, is this stupid? Right? Like I'm having this like level of perspective, like existential wise, to like the idea of like the sort of safety, to like even being like when I came back, people were asking me about how it was, and I was like, you know, it was a lot of time with my mom and like kind of realizing how cunty she is, like even in Korea. And I just like, I think a lot of my friends were like, oh, now you know what I mean? Like it makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm mean, I'm cunty adjacent. I get it. But it's like, you're not even understanding. Like, Peter, I think like
the level it gets to.
Like, you know, like I think among my Asian friends, like I'm not the mean one.
Yeah.
Like
who's the mean one?
I'm afraid to even say her name. You know what I mean? I'm not the mean one.
Amongst my friends, I am the mean one.
Are your Asian friends even?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know anyone meaner than me.
So what's nice about this is that it doesn't matter what kind of perspective you have. You are the truth. Yeah. You are the gold
I'm the constant. No, maybe because I don't maybe I don't hang around people meaner than me. I only hang around people less mean so that I could be mean to them. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I like,
Interesting. I'm like your mom, basically.
yeah, like the true
Yeah,
like
I'm
example.
the your mom of my friends.
Like it's like, yeah, because among my Asian friend, like my other Asian friends, like, yeah, I'm not even. I was remembering this. She's maybe the scariest Asian. Like she's Korean. She's a doctor, very successful, also very religious, like all the things. And in elementary school, there's a story about her. She was very competitive with this other girl who's also very smart, all these things. And at her birthday party, I guess she wrote in pen the word mediocre on her sofa.
Oh my god. On her sofa? Oh my god. That's really mean.
That's really mean. That's like
I'm not like mean like that. Like I don't bully.
that's fifth, and this is fifth grade.
That's bullying.
And that's like also that's like a sophisticated word for a 10-year-old to write. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah,
Like
she's well read.
mediocre. Like that's fucking trauma.
That's fucked up. Yeah. See, I wouldn't write. That's not the type of mean I am, I guess. Like if I wanted to express that, I wouldn't destroy someone's couch with a pen. That's like too on the nose mean. You know what I mean? That's like you got to be a little more slick mean than that.
You're sophisticated about it.
Like you want to be mean where people don't understand you're being mean. Like that's outright.
Yeah.
Like that's your penmanship on that sofa. You know what I mean? Like you have to make that feeling happen to that person of feeling like crushed without knowing that it's happening from you. You know what I mean? Like you got to be smarter.
You have to be nuanced. You're not out here.
Like
You're
the
an
way
artist.
I would do it is like
You're an artist.
The way I would do it probably is like going up to that person, or maybe not even going up to the person, but like making them close enough to hear me and being like, oh, I can't believe people are saying she's mediocre. That's so mean.
That's
You know what I mean? That's the mean I
insidious.
am.
Yeah, that's insidious.
Like it gets the same thing across without you having to like be like
Yeah.
You know, like sign the fucking couch with your name on it. Like that's
Yeah.
too
She signed her bullying. She put it out there.
No,
She signed
you
that
can't do
signature.
that.
In her, you put it in her penmanship.
in her own handwriting. That's stupid.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess like, yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do either.
No.
How would you do it in your version of mean?
But you know you're mediocre, right?
That's way meaner than the couch or mine. Because the couch was, you could almost say like, oh, that's not for me.
No.
That's for someone else who lives here. Like you're saying it direct to their face. That's the worst. You know you're mediocre, comma, right? What? That's the worst. You are the meanest.
I am the meanest. No, I wouldn't call it mediocre. I would say, I guess you're right. Like in my mind, I wouldn't say I know you're you're mediocre. I would say, yeah, like I guess you're not the best at stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Right? Like
Yeah, you're not you don't struggle with perfection, it seems.
Yeah. No one would ever accuse you of being great at stuff.
Yeah. You're not self-motivated.
I mean, like you don't wait. Are you try? You're. I mean, you don't try to. You're not trying to be rich, right? Or you're not trying to be good at this.
No, it's. You know what I love about you? You love to struggle. I can't do it. But you're so good at
You're
that.
so good. Like, I mean, me, I have
Yeah.
so much ambition, and I'm like obsessed with perfection.
Yeah, like I can't be alive and be bad like you, but
You're so brave to me.
we're wired differently. You know, you really remind me that people are different.
Okay, yeah, maybe I am. I mean,
Yeah. Well, you know, the apple doesn't really fall too far from the mean
oh my
tree.
god, yeah, it's true.
Is that what you're more like? Is that the revelation that you were realizing? Is that you thought your mom was something specific to your experience, but now that you realize she is the same
Yes.
across international boundaries,
in international waters, internationally?
Waters.
Yes.
that she is constant.
Yes.
So do you feel that, how does that reflect on how you see yourself?
It literally is making me like, there's a part of it where it validated my feelings,
Uh-huh.
but now I'm also like, it's catching up to me where I'm like, oh, right now I'm, because I like,
Oh,
I've
no,
spent
I
all
have to
this,
look at myself now.
because I mean, like, I've spent all this time,
That's tough.
I spent all this time being like, I'm nothing alike. I've distanced myself.
Right.
I've healed.
Right.
I've done these.
I'm
I've done
better.
I've done
Yeah.
the work.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, it turns out I'm very mediocre at it. I don't struggle with
You're,
perfection.
it says it right on your love seat.
And I wrote it there. You know what I mean? Like, I put it there.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
like
self-inflicted. Yeah.
the call is coming from inside. Like
Yeah.
it's that shit. Where
I
I'm
know
like,
what you mean. I'm confronting my own father's behaviors that I see within me.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was the mean one. And so effortlessly funny. My dad was so funny. Like, I look back at it now and I'm like, oh yeah, he was just like, he knew he was out of pocket 10 out of 10 times. But he would lean into how like out of pocket he was being. You know what I mean? And
That's such comic. That's a comic
sensibility.
impulse. Yeah.
Yes, to know like your hyperbole and lean into it. Like, I'm starting to break that down and be like, because I used to do the same thing as you. Like, I used to be like, I'm nothing like him. I would never say stuff like that, but I do. And I say it like in the worst possible way to hurt the most, But I'm not gonna say but, and I do this without knowing, which is the scariest.
The scariest part. The scariest
Because
part.
I'm just reenacting the same trauma that he did to the people around him, and I'm saying I'm better, but I don't think I am.
And that's almost worse.
I'm not even funnier than him.
Like
Like that. Like the shit he would say, I would like, it was so crazy. And like in polite Korean culture, like just so not right. That it was so fun. It was so anachronistic and culturally shocking that it was so funny. And I get that from him. Like, I always take things and take it to the nth degree, knowing that it will be socially so horrific to justify.
And therefore very funny.
But therefore very funny. Yes, exactly.
It's
Like,
class clown.
It's class clown. It's lack of empathy. It's narcissism. Like, I'm going for the jugular on purpose, as if it is a sport. And that's exactly what he used to do. Like, he used to say the worst possible thing in that scenario to be like wild.
Oh my God. So I mean, like,
and he would get laughs because people would be like, what the fuck are you saying? You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst possible thing you can say right now. And like, I always thought that like my comic sensibility was my own. And it turns out that it is not. It is just a facsimile.
The thing that I mean, it's that's the sort of shit where it's like it is really because there's a part of it where I'm like, is it worse? Because the fact that
I think it is,
right, because like there's this idea
Right.
that I'm over it. I've actually created and
Right.
I've managed to cobble this together myself. You know what I mean? Like me, this first generation immigrant who's managed to cobble together this American identity on my own and become a comic and blah blah, right? Like, and then and have it be so fundamentally divorced from where you come from, right? Like that, the fact that everything about your comic identity is about having divorced from that other.
It's a reaction to that thing. Yes, exactly.
And then it turns out it's actually the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. It's just a copy print.
It's control C and V. Like,
That's it. Yeah, I know. And I think that's something we realize as we get older is that, and this is a theme that keeps punching us in the face, is that like, oh, you're never going to get that far. You will never run far enough.
and it's
Even
like,
if in posthumous, like he's been dead for 14, like
the bitch coming up from the grave when you
no, truly, like Evil Dead Rising and like pulling me down to the depths of hell. Like I now have a picture of my father on my like little altar thing
no, like a
because
chesa, like
of
yeah,
that, like a chesa thing,
Yeah.
because I no longer am. Yeah, I no longer am like spurning him.
right. You're acknowledging
Or
that,
like-
yeah,
I'm acknowledging that I am part and parcel of this line of Kims.
yeah.
You know,
Kimchi,
I am
like
not.
yeah.
I am not Peter Kim standing alone, American citizen, USA. Like, there's no way to be. As much as I have struggled to be free of that narrative, you know, like,
Yes.
there is just no escaping. This is our lot in life.
I mean, it really like
Yeah.
like upsetting. Like, and I think it
It's
was
really upsetting.
and it's the perspective on this shit, and why it was even more crazy, I think, is my son being there. And I've told you this, right? That like what was wild was to me what was wild to me is how much my son empathized with my mom. Because
Oh,
I was
no.
like, isn't she
Oh,
being out of
no.
fucking pocket and like blah blah blah? And he was like, you really get worked up about everything your mom says.
Girl, give it up. Let it rest.
Let her rest. It was like, wow, like this is how my son talks to me.
Yeah, well,
really
yeah,
get-
that's your fault though, because you pushed
Cultivated
you-
this
Yeah,
relationship.
you cultivated this.
But the wildest part about it is
Wow.
the reason why he gets my mom and he empathizes with her is because both of them see the worst parts of me.
Right. That I get that.
They're united.
And also it always skips a generation. Like, that's just unavoidable. You know, like,
like it's really like
you'll have to wait till your kids have kids in order to get back at your kids.
that's literally
Like, you
the revenge. Like all of it. It's like
that's why if your kids turn out gay and don't want to have kids, that's why it's going to be an affront to you, because you won't have the chance to do this if they don't have kids.
Is that part of the reason why you don't want to have kids?
As a fuck you to my parents, like, you're not gonna have a better relationship.
Now with me,
This dies with us. I'm not giving my mom that satisfaction.
and I'll be the
Hell
one that
no.
laughs. I'll be the one that laughs last.
Oh
Like,
my
I mean,
god.
'cause, like, that-
Maybe I don't know.
I mean-
like, subconsciously, maybe.
The chesa of it all, I will say, is very important, and it's like glad. That's a good thing for me to maybe also try to remember, because like if you guys don't know, Chesa is like the like an altar or like a thing that you go and celebrate and honor your like ancestors. It's very I've never watched Coco, but I think that's what it's about.
Yeah. I mean,
You
Day
know.
of the Dead, it's about like ancestral worship. Not worship, but like, honoring them and remembering them.
But it's like it always just kind of places you in context,
Yeah.
right? And like it provides like a certain level of like perspective, like because like you are acknowledging that you are not alone, that you are not just born out of the ether, but of all of this stuff.
Do you think that's such a Western thing because they look back and they're like, ill? You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to be part of that like horrific slave story, or you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean,
is that why white people don't do cheza? Because they look at their ancestors, they're like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think. I mean, I think a lot of it is the idea, like that you can make something new of yourself here is why
It's New World mentality.
New World mentality. Like here, you
Yeah.
can be like of nothing
Anything.
and
Yeah.
make it on your own. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like the longer that America is around, the less that becomes true.
Yeah,
like-
true.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just it's not
It's no longer like an upstart, or startup nation.
right. Like you could
Yeah.
have like you could have.
Although, did
for
you hear
some-
what the Chinese, whatever, the not ambassador, but the spokesperson said after the U.S. posed like 140% tariffs?
these tariffs? Yeah.
The guy was like, someone asked him like, "Are you worried at all about like the instability of the U.S. Tariffs and how it's affecting the global economy and how it's going to affect China?" And he just laughed and he goes, "We've been around for 5,000 years. America's been around for 250. But I think we're fine. We'll be around long after they're gone."
Bitch, perspective.
And it's so true. They're like, yeah, right, girl. Like, we've seen a bunch of yous pop up. You're just a fad, honey.
Your capris. We're pearl necklace.
We're diamonds, all right?
Yeah,
We're
forever.
always in season. Yeah.
You're fascinating. I mean, that's so much of fundamentally a part of like a lot of Eastern culture. It's like
Yeah.
whenever as an American, they're like just so much about American identity is so young. It's like and now I understand a little more as a parent. It's like it feels like internationally anyway, like why cultures get a little upset about America's sort of quote unquote supremacy. It's like a 2-year-old
You
telling,
just got here.
You just
Yeah,
got here. It's like a
exactly.
2-year-old
Yeah.
telling a 50-year-old like what she should wear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's like, bitch, you're in diapers. You just
Yeah.
figured out how to use the potty.
Yeah,
like-
you can't even walk without stumbling.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Like, it's Google Gaga time for you, and you're like telling a PhD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's so the
Sprout
audacity.
you call me when you get some pubes.
Yeah,
It really is that.
you know, and so
we
it's
go
like,
around the world like being like, we're the best. It's like,
and the thing is like
you're the
there's-
loudest.
You're the loudest, and like, and there's part of it where it's like, of course, it's endearing. You're the new one. You're also very cute.
Mm.
You're two. Like all the things that go along with being young, and also being very
Yeah.
powerful. You know, it's just I understand now more and more, like the sort of exasperation that a lot of like other cultures have felt.
And why like older cultures might just look at us and be like, let him tire himself out.
Yes.
It's very that.
It
It's like
is that.
Ferberizing.
Let him cry it out. Like, it's
Yeah.
true.
America needs to self-soothe.
I mean, that's what's happening. Like,
Truly. We're throwing a tantrum.
we're throwing a tantrum.
And everyone else is like,
he's got,
they're
he's
like,
gonna have-
ignore him.
He's gonna have to learn eventually, right?
Yeah.
Like
And
we
he
can't,
will.
and he will.
Yeah.
And so, because we are getting older, it's not like we're not two anymore.
No.
There's parts of it where
No.
we should know better.
I know. Well, we'll see how the American legacy continues or falls. But until then, we're here to take you through all the ups and downs like we always have since 2017.
Oh my God.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.